So, good morning, students. Today we will discuss the session on innovation and prototype validation. This is an IIC prescribed activity. IIC stands for Institution Innovation Council. And the today's topic is that converting a startup and innovation into a successful business. Session on achieving value proposition fit and business fit. That in today's scenario, the students community having plethora of option and they can have plenty of sources through which they can attain the valuable knowledge. So, we will discuss all the aspects of a startup that can be converted into a successful business step by step. We will discuss all the pros and cons of a startup, business model, and all the things. So, maybe possible that the students might be having very strong technological breakthrough, maybe have a unique idea that can be solved the human need or the society need in a very specific way, and the student are in the phase in which they are having the strong energy and a passion, in which they are having the zeal to do something new, and with that kind of intention or with that kind of fundamentals or facts, we are having certain expectation from the students community that the student community will give India the best future as our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji visioned in 15th August 2022. So, what is innovation all about? Any invention we are making, any invention or prototype we have developed, until or unless it is not commercialized, we can't say that it is a innovation. So innovation is what? The conversion of an invention into a successful commercialization of that invention into a product, that is innovation. Having a product does not mean you have a business. You have developed a product but you have not commercialized it. That means it all goes in vain. Whatever money, whatever energy, whatever time you have invested to develop such product or such prototype, that all go in vain until or unless you commercialized it for the business or for the serving the human society for their need. So what is a product and what is its peculiarity? Peculiarity means something extra and out of the box, you can say, something that differentiate from the rest of the product of the similar category. Might be your product is tangible or intangible. You have to put serious intentional efforts to develop that product. Not only to develop that product, you have to sustain that product into the competitive environment, and you have to go through the continuous events of iteration in an item for service being offered for continuous modification, so that your product not only serve the human need in a better way, but it should be keep on modifying by you time by time to do the work more accurately, to solve the human need more accurately, and the buyer should get a feeling of goodwill factor that I have invested my money to buy a very good product that is serving my all needs in an absolute way, and I am too much happy after buying this product. So this kind of goodwill you have to generate among the students, not students, among the buyer's mind, and whatever space you will occupy in the buyer's mind, that is your goodwill, because brand image is something that occupy your space in your brain that this brand is most promising brand, and if I am buying any product of this brand, so this brand product will solve all the purpose of my needs that today I am having. Often certain products are the face of that company. If I talk about the Maggie, so Maggie is the face of Nestle company. If I talk about Maruti, so Maruti company face is Swift car. Earlier than that, in the era of 90s, the Maruti 800 was the face of Maruti company. So these kind of product represents the whole company. If I talk about Apple iPhone, it is a face value of that company. So what Apple used to do? Apple keeps on modifying or innovating their products by inclusion of new features, inclusion of new services, and add-on values. So these things make their product most popular among the buyers community, or they are giving a competitive advantage in the market. So when we are designing a product, designing is one of the important facts or most important phase of the developing a product. First we have to find out the utility of product. What is the use of my product, how the customer is going to use that product, then peculiarity, how this product is differentiate themselves from the rest of the product of the same segment or of the similar industry, what is the distinguishing feature of my product. Ergonomics means how efficiently my product used by the customer, how it is easy to handle by the customer, how it is customer friendly. Suppose I am purchasing a product that cannot be easily handled by me, and it is required too much technical knowledge to use that product. That means too much technical skills is required to handle product. That means my product is limited to only those people, those who are having that much of technical specification. The people those who are not too much techno savvy can't handle my product. So I have to design my product in such a way that it is easy to use, easy to handle, and it can be by the people those who are not too much techno savvy, but it can be operated by them in a easiest way. So that is called ergonomics. Then safety is one of the important aspects of today's product. If I am developing a product that is not a safe product, and it may go for a hazardous sideways product, that means the people will not love to buy my product. If I talk about 5 or 6 years before, a Samsung phone had been prohibited or banned to carry in an aircraft because the battery used in that Samsung mobile phone were not found to be safe in aircraft. It may catch fire, or certain incidents were happened those days when the Samsung mobile phone catch fire due to default batteries. So safety is also one of the biggest concern when we are developing a product. If we are developing a product, suppose I am having this mobile phone with me, and this mobile phone corners are round. What would happen if it is having the sharp edge? When I put this mobile phone in my pocket, the sharp edge of that mobile phone may give a cut mark, or hard may harm my skin, or may cut my skin. So while designing this mobile phone, we design this mobile phone and in a curvy shape so that it should not nail or cut mark the skin of the user. So designing is also one of the fact in which we keep the safety measure of the end user. That unique selling proposition. What is the USP of my product? Why should the customer will buy my product? What is the extra feature that my product should have so that my product should be preferred over the other products, those who are giving the same kind of services. So the USP will provide me the competitive advantage that the people will prefer my product from the rest of the other product that giving the same kind of services in the same segment of the market. Part of your marketing strategy, then you have gone through the 4 P's, 5 P's, 7 P's of marketing: product, place, price, promotion. So marketing strategy, that it is also one of the biggest concern. How would we place our product in a market? If I talk about the Tata Nano car is one of the biggest failure of marketing study that we can say, that to develop a car in a cost of 1 lakh rupees is a very great invention, and it is very pocket friendly. But something that car is related to the luxurious image, that if I'm having a car, that I'm not a part of common people, I belongs to the elite segment of society, those who are having a car. So Ratan Tata, when launched this nano car, he narrated a word that the cheapest car of this world. That cheapest car doesn't match with the segment of that product. Car belongs to the luxury product, and we carry our image with our car. The people, those who are having the car, up to the very you can say the people those who are running the Mercedes, they are belongs to the elite segment of the society. The people those who are running the Skoda and the previous or the premium cars, they are considered to be the richest people. And the Tata Nano, the Ratan Tata marked him the cheapest car. So the people, those who have bought the Nano, even they were having a kind of inferiority complex, that I am sitting in a car, but it is the cheapest car of the world. So that kind of negative sense developed in the market, and that negative sense low down a very good product. The four-wheeler is always preferred over the two-wheeler in terms of safety. So, in spite of saying the cheapest car of the world, if that car is placed in the market, is the most sophisticated car and eco-friendly car that comes within your budget. So it may be possible that today everyone house may have that car, and that car is very useful for the student, those who are riding the bikes and the scooty, and the parents will love to buy these car, because not only for the pocket friendly, they are also giving extra security to their wards, because the two wheeler is somehow running two wheeler is more dangerous as compared to the car, because in car the people are more safer than the bikes and all. So if that market is governed with the most sophisticated car of that era, so it might be possible that today everyone's home would have at least one nano car, and the whole market would be captured by the Tata segment. But one wrong word chosen by the promoters to promote that Tata Nano ruin its whole product. Again, align with company motto. If I'm sitting here and being a professor of college, I'm carrying my image with me. So the people will give me respect that he is a teacher, he has a knowledge, he always think about the students' welfare. But what happens if I am sitting with a people which is having a gray image, that means criminals? So might be possible the people to whom with I am sitting, that criminal, may also ruin my image. So the people or the company or the events, those who are not aligned with the company's motto, we should try to, not only try, we should keep them avoiding, because it may low down the brand image, and brand once lose never succeeded again in the market. You may have a case study of Nokia once lose the Indian market. They come up with the several kind of product, but they never stand up. They never get those plays that they had captured in the earlier 2K in 2000s. Condition for a business. The first condition of the business, what? The customer is willing to pay for your product or for your services. If the customer is not willing to pay for your product or your services, you might would have scarcity of cash inflow, and your business would run out of the cash and you have to shut down your business. So the first condition for a business, whatever product, whatever service, whatever solution you are providing, the customer must have a willingness to pay for your product or your services. Clear? Then, but having customer doesn't mean that you have sustainable business. Might be possible that today you are having plenty of customer with you, but my dear students or my dear friends, the times keep on changing every day. We are getting a new kind of technology, we are getting the new kind of phenomenon, and with the process of globalization the earth seems to be shrink. So what would happen if we have developed a product, and after developing a product we are not focusing on the future requirement and future modification of that product? That means after a certain time, the my product will not going to solve the purpose of the buyers up to that way, that the demand of that time. If I'm giving you the Nokia 3500 phone in the present time, that phone can be used only to make and receive a call. You can't make a fast communication as you are doing with your smartphone through WhatsApp chat, through Snap. A social media is also a good platform to gain the news from the surroundings. That kind of feature cannot be accessed in Nokia 3500. So Nokia 3500 was a very good product that time, but now in today's, that product is not going to solve the purpose of the buyer, because it is not compatible with the today's use. It cannot show their compatibility with their WhatsApp, with the Android, with the other things. So what would happen? The Nokia lost the market, and now today Nokia is nowhere in the market. After that, the Nokia, when realized the power of the Android and the software, they come again, but that time they have lost their market. And once you lost the market, you, it would be very difficult to recapture the market until or unless you are having a very unique product. So to have a sustainable business, you need enough customer paying enough money within a reasonable amount of time. You have to keep on revising and adding new feature in your product and after sales services, so that the customer should have word of mouth that I have purchased, I have availed the service of that company, and I'm having very good after sales services after buying the product. Even I'm getting any kind of difficulty to use this product, the company solve my problem in a very uh, instantaneous way, and I didn't have any kind of problem with that brand and all. So we should know the startup reality. The grim reality is that most startup fail. That is harsh reality, but it's true. There are five essential elements that lead to a successful startup that we must focus whenever we are talking about a startup, whenever we are talking about new business, whenever we are talking about any kind of invention that can be transformed into a successful business. We must think about that five essential building blocks that can be a very powerful tools that may enhance your brand visibility and may convert your startup into a successful business or in a unicorn business. So let first one is idea. Your idea must be a sound idea, that not only sound but feasible also. Then you must have a bunch of people, those who are not only technically sound but they are having the spirit to do something in a team and execute all the things in a proper direction, so that whatever things you want to do, that should do well in time, in a well planned way, and you should execute all the things. Then your business model, whatever product you have developed, whatever services you have developed, how would you sell your product into the market? How will you penetrate your market? How will you go for the market development phase? How will you grow your market? How will you differentiate your market? So you should have very sound business model. Then funding support. In funding support, you should always have a strong funding support, so that the company should not face the lack of liquidity or insolvency, because today you have startup or start a business, and overnight you should not have the selling of this product in such a way that your all bank accounts is flooded with the money. You may face the scarcity of money, you would may have faced the lack of your money, but you have to maintain the liquidity in your organization throughout of the a certain phase, so that all the operation or day-to-day operation carried out, and it should not be stopped in the absence of money. So funding is also one of the biggest thing that we should have. It might be the money raised by the uh, raised from the market, or you may have used your own money or the parental money, or the two or three or five friends come together and they put a certain contribution and start funding. So you have to keep focus on the funding phenomenon and not on the funding. You have to check all the financial application or financial aspects of that company, which is responsible to carry out all the function smoothly in your organization. It may be inventory management, it may be your purchase order quantity, it may be your creditors, those who have those who have taken your uh, goods or services and they are debtors. So till you collect the debts from your debtors, you must have something in your pocket, so that if your debtors uh, way back from to pay, so what would happen? At least you should have money in your pocket or in your organization, so that if your debtors step back to pay your debt, you can continue. Maybe possible that your debtor today don't have surplus amount of money to pay or repay your debt, but later on he would pay. So at least for that phase of time, you should have enough amount of funding in your company so that you can continue your day-to-day operation, because you have to go with the raw material, you have to give salary to your employee, you have to give all the kind of rents, electricity, and all the service that you are availing to run this organization. And finally, the timing. The if you are placing your product in a proper timing, that means you are halfway win. Because if somebody is needing that product today, or in society we are having that product in the requirement, and we are supposed to deliver the product after 10 year or 12 years, so might be possible that time this technology would be vanish out from the market, so you would not going to succeed. So the timing to place your product or timing to place your services in the market is also one of the most essential thing. That if I talk about the sanitizer or the mask, if somebody have developed that sanitizer, and that sanitizer is production of sanitizer in that in massive amount will happen in 2014-15, what would happen? Nobody loves to buy sanitizer those days because it was not in the necessities. But in 2020, the sanitizer becomes one of the necessities of the society. So everyone used to buy that sanitizer because it was in demand. So placing their product with the timing is also one of the crucial thing that we keep on reminding. Today, if I talk about the timing, the people are too much busy with their phones. They are almost do everything with their phones. If I talk about the entertainment, so people used to see OTT platform over the net or the phone. They have Netflix over the phone, they have Hotstar over the phone, they have their Tata or their Airtel Extreme, or they have Amazon Prime subscription over the phone. So what would happen? Samsung come up with that a innovative way that people love to buy these things on a wider screen. So they have a flap phone in which the screen can be folded, and once the screen open, the screen size becomes bigger, and the people can love to watch the movies and their entertainment or their serial or their web series. So you have to develop your product and modify your product and place your product when it is required in the market. If we are delivering those services or those product which is not required in the society, nobody will going to buy my product, and whatever money I have invested, I am bound to lose that money, that asset, that time, that energy. So we have to focus all the five aspects to consider a startup into a successful business in reality. What makes a startup succeeded? Airbnb, idea was 10, team was 9, business model is 8, funding 6, timing 10. That based on a study by Idea Lab. It was considered to a successful startup, but today Airbnb after Corona might be somewhere it is facing certain issue, but their business idea are quite strong, and they have segmented their business to the core and elite segment of the society, those who are having enough money in their pocket to avail their services. They are looking for the classy people, they doesn't go for the massy services. They are looking for the classy people, those who are having enough capacity to pay for their services, and they are offering the people You can say that vacation company, those who are offering vacation services on leaves, the people are love to travel and go for a vacation, they use this company. Then it's ranked over 10 by the study idea lab. Then Instagram, the people love to use Instagram because on Instagram the people are having a short kind of reel with the music, with the audio. And the today the people are having virtual lives. They are in the habit of projecting something that I'm also a superstar, and the people should like me, the people should comment on me, the people should share my videos. So the projected image or actual image is somehow different. The people love to project it themselves as a superstar, and they keep on posting on Instagram. And these Instagram is also be a successful startup. So the parameters are given for idea, for team, for business model, for funding, for timing, 8, 9, 5, 4, 9. So you can easily check. Their idea was quite unique, team was quite unique, because Instagram is a very technical platform on which the people from worldwide uploading the content, and they are having very heavy server that never crashes. Business model somehow is satisfactory. Funding is minimum 4, but timing is 9, because now with the evolution of smartphone, the people are busy most of the time on their phones to watch what is going around them, what is happening around them, to social media. So timing was good. Uber is a company that dealing with the kind of transportation. The people, it's simply a platform on which a service provider and service seeker, those who are getting benefited and they are mutually benefited in a symbiotic relationship. The people, those who avail a taxi services, and a taxi driver wants a customer, so Uber has given a platform on which that both the service provider and service seeker can meet and can be benefited for both of them. And in lieu of that, the Uber charges certain amount of money from both the parties, from the customers, those who are service availing, and the service provider. So idea was quite unique. Before that, Uber doesn't have any their own car. Uber doesn't own any car. It is simply a connecting link between the bunch of drivers, those who are giving the taxi services, and the people, those who are looking for the taxis to go from one place to another place. So they had developed a platform where they need only a software. We can connect. That software is a very unique idea. The team, those who have developed that kind of uh, platform, is also very sound. They not only think but actualize it, develop that software, place it very correctly, and check thoroughly that that software should not do malfunctioning. Then business model was also sound, funding was also sound, and the timing. In today's life, the people are having very plenty of jobs to do, and they have lack of their timing, so they keep on traveling on regular basis, okay, on a swiftly basis. So they need taxi, and for taxi they can't wait. They have their mobile phone. With the help of that mobile phone, they can book the taxi then and there. And when the taxi reach to their destination, they get a information, now your taxi has been arrived, you can come out from your house, get your taxi. And when the you will reach to your destination, they also ask about the feedback from the rider, whatever you have service that availed, how much you are satisfied from that ride. So according to that, they mark ranking to the drivers, and they always try to give the those drivers to the maximum ride, those who are having the higher ranking. So somewhere they are dealing with the satisfaction of their end user. So end user satisfaction is also one of the biggest thing that recommend the services or product by the customer to the future customers. These are the rich strong brand, you can avail their services and all. Then what makes a startup succeed? That I have discussed, these are Friendster, a kind of social networking site in Asia, Indonesia, and all. But nowadays, this is a out of the market. Zomo.com, Web1, these were the companies, those who are giving the, uh, I can say that a e-commerce site, those who are delivering the product within half an hour or within 10 minutes. That concept was uh, coined by the US market in 2015 or 2010 or 15 in mid. So what would happen if anybody order a product and that product should reach to their house within half an hour and within 10 minutes, and that may rise the cost of their transportation. So they couldn't meet with the profit, and what would happen, their idea was not that strong, and they lose their money because the transportation cost they has carried out that couldn't meet with the product amount order. And what would happen, the company is keep on going on losses, and at the end the company went for the shutdown after starting their operations. So what would happen, nowadays you are having the blink basket and all that are doing the same thing, but in India maybe possible that they should get succeed or whatever. I can't want to comment, I am just simply giving that these two companies, those who are offering delivering of those orders of e-commerce site within half an hour or within 10 minutes, they will lose their market, they will lose their fund, they will lose their business idea because they couldn't meet with the transportation cost that incurred while delivering the product from the market to the buyers, because within half an hour it increased the transportation cost, or you can say that it is highly unmanageable thing that raise the transportation cost. So here is that is the statistics of 200 companies, in which the idea was that you can say that is the success across 200 companies. 28% company who are having the strong idea, 32% companies that are very having a strong team, 24% that is having the business model, and one of the biggest factor those is responsible for a successful startup is your timing. How timely you are placing your product in a market. If your timing is up to the mark, your product or your services is supposed to attain the market and attention, else you will lose the market. So in next, considered a reasonable, critical, and comprehensive understanding that I told you, you should have a very unique way of thinking. You have to think out of the box. Okay. Then you have to be flexibility with rigidity. You are not supposed to be rigid that I have designed my product and my product is one of the best product either form. You have to be flexible because might be possible that the things that you have been overlooked by you, maybe the other people of your teammates or the audience or the spectators or the visitor might have that superficial knowledge that may improve your product productivity and your product effectiveness. So you have to be flexible, then masterful. You should have the illuminating understanding to express your idea to your teammate so that your teammate should also follow the direction given by you. If you can't communicate your idea properly to your teammates gets confused what to do, what should we are supposed to do, and what we are not supposed to do. So having a powerful and illuminating understanding makes the communication more precisely to your teammates, and you can do the all the operation very effectively. That your vision, your strategy, your team, your culture, market segmentation, and the market research before putting or developing any kind of product, we have to go through that. The thing that I'm developing, that is how much it is needed, whatever technology I'm using today, up to what time that technology will remain in the market. Maybe possible today I'm using this technology, and tomorrow a new technology is coming that will overcome the market in a night, overnight. So what would happen? The technology I'm using, if I am not transforming my product into that technology, my product will nobody will love to buy. So what would happen? My inventory cost will keep on increasing, and whatever product I have developed, I have to uh, uh, I have to, it will increase only my inventory. Nothing is going to be. I have blocked my money. Whatever money I was having, I have developed those products. Those who will nobody is ready to buy, because updated technology is now in the market and nobody want to buy the old technology. So what would happen? It will increase my inventory cost, and whatever money I have invested, the money is blocked. So cash inflow is blocked, and the cash outflow will keep on increasing, because you are having your staff, you are having your liabilities, you have to pay for that. So what would happen? The company will face the liquidity crisis. Then your business model and pricing framework, then startup valuation, your finance, some kind of venture or angel investors are also, if your business idea is too sound, or they are thinking that they can grow with your business, so what they would do, they love to invest their money into your business. So while giving this kind of venture deals, you have to keep on focus about the expansion of your business. You have to meet out with the investors that I am having such a strong idea. If you are putting this much money in my idea or my company or my business, you will grow your money in with that IRR, internal rate of return. So what would happen? The people will love to buy or will love to invest the money in your company, and you won't face any kind of scarcity. And when you have ample amount of money in your company, you can go for the keep on modification and add on values in your product, in your services, and you would be able to end user satisfaction of the customers and after sales services up to the desirable level that will create a brand image among the buyer's mind. So accounting and exit policies should also, you have to find out the alternative way. You should always have a backup plan. If one of my plan not succeeded, that what should have, I do have a alternate backup plan, in which whatever money I have invested, I can regenerate my money, and it should not go all in vain. So with that alternative plan you should go. So a step of engineering a product through design. Let me make the environment, uh, you can say that, a kind of jokey environment. Being a chemical engineer or chemical science teacher, the glucose formula is C6H12O6. I do have very strong business plan, and the environment is flooded with the carbon, and environment is having ample amount of hydrogen, and nitrogen is the most abundant element in the earth. So carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen all are present in the environment, and the glucose is simply a formula of C6H12O6. So क्या हो, जब ये ग्लूकोज कार्बन हाइड्रोजन ऑक्सीजन से मिलके बनता है, तो ये सब तो एटमॉस्फेयर में अपने आप बना हुआ है। आदमी जाके मुंह खोल के बाहर खड़ा हो जाए, ग्लूकोज ऊपर से बनता रहे, और वो आदमी उसको मुंह खोल खड़ा है उसको सक कर ले, और ना किसी को काम करने की जरूरत है, ना कोई काम करेगा, क्योंकि सबको खाना तो फ्री में मिल जाएगा। दैट आइडिया इज वेरी साउंडफुल एंड साउंड्स वेरी प्रिटी, बट इज इट फिजिबल? क्या ये पॉसिबल है? क्योंकि Imagination is a very easy thing that you can imagine, but converting your imagination or your business idea into be a feasible one needs certain procedure to be followed. For that, whatever idea you have conceptualized, you first make it the sketches of that idea, whether it is feasible or not. Then go to your design proposal, your teammates, that I am having certain kind of idea, and with that sketch, can we design our prototype? Can we design our process? Can we design a mechanism of our services? If we design that prototype, if we design that services, if we design that mechanism, can we go for its feasible analysis? It would be a feasibility. क्या ये feasible है? क्या ये संभव है? That is called feasibility analysis. Then if all okay, then we will go for a prototype model. With that prototype model, we will use certain card box, a simplest way to design the product, in which we use the cardboards or certain kind of sketches, or in which we try to figure out actually that we conceptualize whether it works actually or not. That is prototype. Then once we develop the prototype and its prototype is working according to your concept, then we go for the feedback. We showcase that product to a limited audience, or in our friend circle, or in a small sample, that we have developed certain product for the improvement purpose or for the modification purpose. We need your suggestion, we need your idea, we need the kind of feeling that you have generated once you use that product. So what would happen? You will get plenty of knowledge. Some of them are quite useful for the modification of your product, and some of the idea that the people had given might be not so worthwhile that it can be inculcated in your product. So you have to go through it, and you have to sit with your teammates that what is beneficial for my product, what is not beneficial for my product, what should I add on and what should I rectify. That would only possible that you have taken the feedback from your small feed audiences, group audiences, or small sample size. Then after doing all these activities, you have to finalize your product and the design roadmap, that how would you make that product on commercial scale so that you can sell up that product into the market, and you can fulfill the need of the market, and you can uh, meet the market requirement. That again, uh, you can say portfolio management. Portfolio management, nowadays everybody knows that electrical vehicle is more in demand. So being an academician, should I make an electrical vehicle because it doesn't make my suits with my profile? Suppose I'm a institution running organization, so I will go for that kind of business or that kind of invention that suits to my portfolio management, that I should come up with a new course, that I should come up with a new kind of uh, training modules and all. Suppose if there is a hospital, and hospital dealing with the diseases or cure of diseases, and all of a sudden the hospital management looked at the electrical vehicle more in demand, so in spite of making the treatment of the patient, they shifted into the electrical vehicle. Is it possible, the manufacturing of electrical vehicle? No. You should always do your business expansion in the portfolio you are dealing with it. If you are dealing in a different portfolio and you are going to invest certain amount of money in another portfolio, it is there is associated with it. So if you doesn't have the previous knowledge of that business, that means you will not conceptualize or in-depth analysis of that business that may give you the benefits in future. So portfolio management is also a big concept, that you always do your business expansion in a field in which you are having the in-depth analysis of the business. Design proposal, meet the requirement. Your product should be appealing. Your product should have practicality, feasibility, and it should be pocket friendly. Pocket friendly means everyone have that much amount that your product can be bought by the customer. If your product cost is too heavy, that too costly, then your market segment will be shrink. Only few people will may buy your product. But if you design your product in such a way that it can be a pocket friendly, then more number of buyer would buy your product. And once the more number of buyer will product, your product would buy by the massive people. So what your sales would be more, you will generate more and more profit. Feasibility analysis, market feasibility, then competition, you have to check what are the substitute of my product, the companies those who are dealing in the same segments. Site analysis, financial analysis, that I told you that you have to meet out all the financial liability and financial obligation. You have to go with the debt turnover ratio, creditor turnover ratio, inventory turnover ratio, up to that level when you can meet up all the financial liability time to time. Feasibility studies, and after that, once you develop a product, you can meet out the supply and demand process of your business. Then capacity utilization. Suppose here there is a two bike that I called utility. These two person are having their bikes, and the bikes are designed in such a way, and they can use these bikes for the locomotion purpose. Do you think that these bikes can be think in an Indian market or any market? You can see both the bikes can do locomote from one place to another place, but this doesn't give you the a kind of uh, I can say that rest, a kind of comfort. The comfort is totally missing in both the rides. What would happen after ride? The comfort that the for that you are needing a vehicle, that comfort is totally missing. It can move from one place to another place with the help of petrol or electric or diesel, but these rides cannot give you the comfort. So they are peculiar, they are different, but their differentiation doesn't give you the customers comfort. So what would happen? The people would not love to buy your product. Clear? These two are the stapler remover. Here, the first one, which is in blue in color, this is the simplest one. And the second one, the same product designed in a crocodile, or I can say a fancy style that will attract the attention of the buyer. So in both the way, the stapler remover work would remain same, but the aesthetic value of the crocodile face is giving extra attention or fetching extra attention of buyer, and the people will love to buy the second one in which a crocodile mouth is open. And both the things will work in a same sense. So peculiarity, in certain sense it works, but if we want to become a peculiar and make that kind of product, so what would happen? Our peculiarity destroyed my business. So peculiarity with the sense of utility always matter. Here a keyboard, two, there are two keyboards, one is bigger in size, and to low down the cost, we have designed a keyboard which is short in size. Here you can see the people who is typing, their hand is twist while typing. So what would happen? You do this kind of phenomenon, you will feel a strain on your joints. So what would happen? To low down the cost, you reduce your keyboard size, but the reduction of that keyboard size will affect the people, those who are typing, their hand is twisted, and it create a stress and pain in the end user. What would happen? The once it was purchased by the customer, won't get the right, uh, you can say, right kind of feel. So what would happen? The joints or their uh, uh, I think palm will feel the strain and it will create a pain. So what would happen? The people would not love to buy the product. You go for the cost saving, but your cost saving is going to ruin your business in terms of end user customer feeling, because that is not giving a feel good factor. It creates a stress on the end user hand, or end user hand will not love to buy that kind of keyboard. So again, we design a product in such a way that the customer should have the sense of relief, the sense of comfort, the easy to use, and a good feel factor. Now, it is the bike. It is a bike that we love to buy in the earlier 80s or 90s. After that, 95, 2000, we have a new bike that are having very more aesthetic value that attracts to our eyes. And the third one is this. Today we are having this kind of bike that is designed in such a way that gives all kind of comfort to the end user. Clear? So keep on observing these three photographs. If you are on the deciding seat and you want to buy a, a bike, so think about, in these three, which bike would you like to choose and you want to purchase? And you would get your answer. The first bike, second bike, third bike. The third bike is more peculiar. The more third bike is having more aesthetic value, giving value of your money. These bike is not only developing the value, communicating the value, but delivering the value too. So value is the end user satisfaction of the customer. So in these three bike, the last bike that I have given show you, it more peculiar and more appealing product. It is a Google Glass. You should search Google Glass. It is a kind of computer in which you can see and you can do all the things, but this product is not a successful product because it was launched too before in a market when it was not needed. It is a very sophisticated product and very good product to search about the Google Glass. But what happened? The timing when it was launched was not the appropriate timing when it was needed into the society. And what would happen? The investment, R&D, whatever Google has made on invested to develop this product, go all in vain. Might be you have never seen someone in India, those who are using the Google Glass, and in European countries, only the few people or the people, those who are highly techno savvy, only those people are using. Maybe I think if you have seen the a movie Mission Impossible 2, so the Tom Cruise used this glass, and this movie was come in, if I talk about in 98 or 2000, 20 years back before. So it was maybe I am wrong. I'm not, uh, but what I am expecting that this product was a very sound product, very good product, but this product used very before when it is not required in the market. So this Google Glass is a good product, most sophisticated product, satisfying all the requirements, but its product was placed too before to its requirement. So again, this product was considered to be a product failure. If you Google it, you will find the reason to fail of that product. Nokia. Nokia, I have given, it developed a product, it captured the market, and after capturing the market, it doesn't go for the continuous innovation. Clear? The other companies, they preferred the innovation, they come up with the new features, they come up with the new add-on value. The what would happen? The people shifted their uh, purchase to from Nokia to Micromax, and then Sony, and other phone, Apple, Vivo, and BenQ, plethora of company. And what would happen? The some slowly the Nokia is out of the market just because of they doesn't go for the continuous innovation. They were quite rigid about their model, and they doesn't make the innovation that was actually required as per the time. Aspiration Nano, I told you why, what was the reason. Means क्या? Aspiration, जब भी आप कार खरीदते हो, whenever you buy a car, you feel that the people should recognize me, my status, my wealth from my car. So the Tata Nano is the cheapest car. So whenever I am sitting in a car, the people will say me, yeah, this man is sitting in a cheapest car, so it is considered to be a cheapest people. So the aspiration was wrong, and that was the reason the failure of that nice product. It was a very nice product if it is connected or correctly marketed. That the most sophisticated car of that era is Nano. So what would the people would love to buy? So these are the reason to failure a product, and we call it a day here. Thank you and have a nice day.